Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm KPG, and welcome back to some more Triangle Strategy. In the last episode, we went ahead and got our rematch against Patriot, completely flipped the tables, like, we got destroyed the first time, and we destroyed him this time, which was pretty great. Unfortunately, things kind of backfired for us because the people became afraid of Roland and kind of started viewing him as a tyrant, even though what we were doing was for the better of Glenbrook, obviously, because Patriot was cheating the people out of money, but they did not see it that way, unfortunately. And we also learned two pretty big secrets in the last episode as well. The first being that Serenoa is actually not Lord Simon's son, who's also dead, by the way. That was another big thing that happened. But yeah, no, Serenoa is actually King Regna's son, so then he is actually also royalty and then Roland's half-brother. But we're choosing to keep this information to ourselves right now so as to not cause any controversy or any, so that no issues arise, basically. And then we also learned that the Norzelian people are, in fact, as we suspected, not guilty of committing some crime of trying to steal the salt in Hyzante. They were actually trying to prevent catastrophe by letting Hyzante have control over the salt. They were trying to be like, hey, there's actually salt hidden under the earth. But because Hyzante saw that as a threat to their rule, they not imprisoned them, they enslaved them, and that's pretty much the gist of what that situation is. But unfortunately, we're not able to deal with any of those problems right now because we are taking on, well, I don't know taking on exactly, but we noticed that there are Aesfrosti remnants who are gathering at the Grand Norzelian Mine, and we went there to investigate, and that is pretty much a recap of everything that happened in the last episode, which was quite a lot. There was quite a lot to recap there. But before we get into the story today, we do have a promotion, because we got a promotion item at the end of the last episode when we defeated the boss. And I think that it should go to Frederica. Why? Because she's awesome. She is our best magic wielder. She's the best magic unit that we have, and that's really important because there are some units that some enemy units that are going to have high defense and low magic defense, and we really need to make sure that we're exploiting that. So I'm thinking that we are going to go ahead and promote her. So let's see what she's going to get. Magic Ablaze increases your magic attack when on a square that is set ablaze. Huh, that's pretty cool, especially considering she can set spaces ablaze anyway. So that could make it so that she's doing some pretty big damage. Nice. Yeah, cool. So I don't see any reason not to do this. So we are going to promote Frederica into a fire master. Almost said caster.
It was worth every effort.
But that was what she was before. Learned the ability Magic Ablaze, which is what we just looked at. So now Frederica is fully promoted, which is really useful. Because like I said, she is our best magic unit. And let's actually spruce her up a little bit more even. Let's go over to Ian's. I bought a few, I don't want to say ingredients. No, materials. I bought a few materials so that we could upgrade some of her stuff. So I'm thinking, let's see. I'm thinking we increase the weapon potency. I'm still not sure if this actually helps with the magic attack part of it, or if this is for like the physical attack part of it, because the physical attack part of it is already doing nothing. So if that is the case, that would be a bit unfortunate. We are going to do that. Now down here, once again, I'm still not sure if like upping our weapon potency actually increases our magical attack abilities, but I do know that increasing our magic attack will increase our magic attack abilities, because that's pretty obvious. So I am going to go with that upgrade. And now we can also upgrade her to weapon rank 3 to get the Tome of Inferno. I'm going to do that as well. So I already looked through this a little bit earlier, so I already knew a little bit of what I wanted to do. If we get some superior fiber later on, then we'll be able to increase her magic attack by 2. That might be worth it. Okay, I gotta see. Let's check it out. We need 2 superior fibers. Let's check out how expensive they are. Because if they're not that expensive, 2 magic would be pretty huge. Superior fiber. Ooh, that is pretty expensive. It's pretty expensive, and there is only 2 in stock. So that's 3,000 currency. I still don't remember what the currency is called. But I'm actually going to go all out and spend it, because what we learned from trying to take on the last map the first time is that we really could use some characters that can hit hard. And like I said, Frederica is really our only super powerful mage. Like Narv and what's her name, Azana, they can do some damage, of course, but no one is as good as Frederica at dealing tons of magical damage. So I think we're going to go ahead and increase her magic attack by 2. So now she should be doing some massive damage. If we were to get 6 quality fibers, we could also make Scorch really good. Oh, what else? Blazing Chains. I don't think we really use Blazing Chains that often, but if we could increase Scorch's damage, that would be huge. Unfortunately, we don't have any quality fiber, and I don't really want to spend the money on 6 more of those. So I think we're going to call that good for now. Frederica was the main one I wanted to upgrade because she was gone when I went through, in the 2 episodes ago, and went through and basically upgraded everyone. So I don't really want to, not really want to. I would love to, but we don't really need to upgrade everyone else as much. I did notice that we had an extra HP amulet that we just actually weren't using on anyone, which is kind of stupid on my part, honestly. Don't know why we haven't really given that to anyone. I'm not sure who I want to give it to. I guess Benedict is kind of bulky, so we can give it to him. And we should also give him back the, the Vanguard Scarf. I guess we're going to have to... No, wait, hold on. We're going to have to go to our roster and take it off of Anna. Because while giving her the Vanguard Scarf, I think, isn't the worst idea, I feel like Benedict takes the best advantage of it. Mainly because he gets to buff people's stats. And Anna's also really fast, so my thought is she probably already gets to move pretty early. I'm not exactly sure how the turn order works, but I would imagine it's based off speed. And Anna is probably our fastest unit. I haven't looked at the speed stats or anything, but if I had to guess, my guess would be that she probably is the fastest. So let's go ahead and give Benedict back this Vanguard Scarf, because, like I said, having him be able to move first is pretty huge for us. Now, is there anything else that I want to do before we get on with the story? Let's see if there's anything else we want to buy. I mean, it's not really like we need to do it now, but the thing is I might forget before the next battle, and so it might not be the worst thing to just get some stuff now. So actually, these stat boosting items here are only 100 currency each. So that's really not too terrible. It's not too expensive. I'm thinking I might get a few of these. Let's get... Might not be the worst thing to have some of each of these. I think the strength, magic, and both defenses are probably the best ones to get. Or at least they're the ones I think are the most immediately useful. I don't really care too much about the lowering the enemy stat ones. These these stones are really nice as well. They're kind of spendy, except for the weakest ones, but they don't really do too much damage, so it's not super worth it to me. If we had more money, I would totally be spending it. Trust me. I kind of feel like this game doesn't give me as much money as I would have thought. Because, I mean, I know I'm spending it on stuff, but I feel like I still feel like I don't have as much stuff as I would like. I don't know, maybe on lower difficulties you get more money, I would guess. But we're still not playing on the hardest difficulty. We're playing on normal, I believe. There's very easy, normal, and then hard. We went with normal. So I'd imagine on easy, and especially on very easy, you probably get tons of money that you can just throw around on everything. I'm not for sure on that, of course, because I haven't played any of the lower difficulties, but I mean, I feel like that would be how that would work. It seems like it would make sense to me. Either that or I'm just doing something very wrong and not getting money because of stupid reasons, which could entirely be the case. But anyways, yeah, that's about all I wanted to do for getting ourselves boosted up, or improved, I guess. I don't know. So I guess let's go ahead and start the story up here. So the Saintly Seven gather at the Hierophant's Palace without Serenoa. Don't really know what's going on over there or what they're planning, but I guess we will see. Because, like I said, we're currently like dealing with Aesfrost at the mines. At least that's what our plan is. So we haven't really interacted with Hyzante recently. Of course, we just learned the secret of the Roselle, but we haven't actually interacted with them.
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the sanctions and reopened trade with us.
Oh, right, yeah. That's true, I forgot. That was a whole part of the retaking Glenbrook thing. Is that we were going to start trading with them again.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch, while the Aesfrosti were all but crushed. We could not have asked for a more auspicious outcome.
An outcome that would not have been possible without the Elfric we supplied them. Still, Minister Serenoa and House Wolford must be given credit for aiding in our victory.
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
Yeah, especially for the Saintly Seven, because they all seem to be looking out for themselves,
I
from
am
what we've
only
seen.
speaking truth. Leaving Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Saintly Seven, he belongs here with us.
So they're trying to stake a claim on Serenoa. That's interesting. I did wonder how things were going to go, because he's kind of like living in two worlds right now. He's a member of the Saintly Seven, but he's also the leader of one of the high houses of Glenbrook. So I am interested to see how that all plays out.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord. Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Hyzantean rule.
So that's why they wanted to make him one of the Saintly Seven.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt, which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City. We will so overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddess's grace and wisdom to Glenbrook and even Aesfrost, until her divine protection shelters Norzelia in its entirety. That is what the goddess desires, and therefore what the Hierophant desires as well.
You know, I wonder if the ministers even know the truth about, like, the Roselle and the fact that the goddess doesn't even exist. Like, I wonder, yeah, because their whole religion is basically made so that the Rosellan can be their slaves, so that they don't get, I don't know, so that the secret of the salt doesn't get out, so that Hyzante maintains its control over the salt trade. Because Hyzante would basically be reduced to nothing if they lost their monopoly on salt. That's basically the only thing they have specifically going for them, which is why they were willing to partner with us, because since Aesfrost wasn't engaging in the salt trade, they were kind of put in a precarious situation, leading them to team up with us so that they can get the salt trade opened back up with Glenbrook. So, yeah, but I wonder, like I said, if the ministers actually know the truth, or if even the Hierophant knows. Like, I wonder if there's anyone in Hyzante that actually knows the truth. Like, I'm sure there has to be someone, but my question is who exactly. But in any case, we got some more story now over here in Aesfrost. A load of cargo from the Grand Norzelian Mines arrives at Twins Gate. I wonder if this has anything to do with the weapon they're building. It did seem like we were thinking that maybe there was salt inside of the mines. I don't know how if salt would play a role in the weapon or not.
Is this all of it?
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
And why is no one telling me what is happening?
I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
So even Svarog doesn't know.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect. We shan't refuse your gracious offer.
Come with me.
I wonder if this dude is planning something. He's got to be, right?
Will that cargo truly be naught but iron ore? I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
That's what I thought. This guy's getting suspicious. Yeah, I still wonder what exactly it is. Like, is it just salt? Is it something else that, like, is to power the weapon that they're building? I don't know. So many unanswered questions. But I imagine we will be finding some things out pretty soon. So, looks like we have an investigation phase. So, the party heads to the mines to investigate and reclaim it from Aesfrost's remaining soldiers. Before we go in there, let's just check and see that there aren't any side story things going on. So once again, I want to make sure we have all the lore possible. Now we're not missing out on anything. Doesn't look like there is anything else going on, so let's go investigate the mines. And I'm guessing that's probably going to be just about the last thing we do for this episode, unless it goes by super quickly. It's not looking like we're going to have time to get into a battle in this episode. At best, we could maybe scope it out, but I don't think we have time to get one started. Like, especially because I'm imagining this investigation phase is probably going to take a little bit of time to do. Oh, Anna infiltrated. Well, now we're all in here.
Were those the only ones?
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
Most of them are probably the ones that already took the cargo, I
I've
would
mined
guess.
more since the last time we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Likely that's the case. But navigating these twisted tunnels ain't gonna be fun.
Indeed. The enemy may be waiting to ambush us around any corner. I advise we familiarize ourselves with the nearby tunnels before we head any deeper into the mine, Lord Serenoa.
Agreed. Let's take care to cover our tracks while we look around.
Alright. It appears Aesfrost has put a lot of effort into the mines. They've installed quite the number of mining carts, perhaps to transport large quantities of ore. Let us investigate the area further, but we must be on our guard. There's no telling if or when the enemy will strike. We might be able to ride the mine carts to get through the tunnels quickly. Let me see if they work. We might even be able to use them against enemies. Whoa! And there she goes. Look out, Eridor! Oh, he's about to get run over. Whoa, the cart! Phew, that was a close one. Thanks for that, lad. Let us proceed with caution. I would hate for anyone to get hurt by one of those carts. Is there actually a way we could accidentally hurt someone with these carts? That would be pretty interesting. Huh. I imagine this map, or this battle, is probably going to be a pretty interesting one then, if we got all these mine carts that we can ride around in. This might be one of the most unique maps that we've seen so far, if that's the case. I don't know that we've seen anything like this before. Yeah, let's see. It's over here. So we can call the cart over here as well. And then we can also hop into it. So Oh, wait, let's see. So if I go over here, does that mean I could call the cart back over here? Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is probably going to be a very interesting map. Alright, let's talk to... Whoa, if we get the chance. Let's talk to Anna. It doesn't make any sense. Troops should be stationed at the entrance, regardless of whether you want to defend or abandon the mines. So why are the soldiers hiding in the tunnels? They gain nothing by hiding in the tunnels. Perhaps they're luring us into some sort of trap. I doubt they would do it of their own volition. It may be some tactic they've been ordered to carry out. That's probably the more likely thing. The burden of defeat would likely be thrust upon them if they return to the duchy. And they might just be hiding, knowing they have no place to return to. I would guess the middle one. That would be my guess. A tactic in the tunnels? You mean mining? Not quite. Mining would be best left to miners. The soldiers are likely preparing for battle. Whatever it is that they're doing, it bodes ill. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. Frederica. It looks like mining continued even after Dragan was killed. I cannot help but wonder if this is what Gustadolf wanted from the start. Well, yeah, no, he killed Dragan. Killed Dragan because he wasn't doing what Gustadolf wanted. And he was like threatening to become a turncoat and work with us. The mines were meant to be a symbol of a new age of peace between the three nations. Yet it feels no more than a distant dream now. What do you think should be done with the mines now, my friend? Why not leave them be for now? Someday the world will be at peace again and mining can resume. The mines are located in our domain within Glenbrook. Let us manage them together as one of the kingdom's assets. We can use it to rebuild the kingdom as a place to work for those who have lost their jobs during the war. That is true. Just go with the middle one, I guess. Indeed, after all, the mines do rightfully belong to the kingdom of... No. They belong to us now, Serenoa, so we must decide what we will do with them. And let us put them to good use for our people. Whoa. Alright, Eridor. We don't know when the enemy will strike, but when they do, we can utilize... We can utilize these minecarts to fight back. We've just got to make sure we don't hit any of ours. Oh, so anyone along the track will just get taken out. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to keep that in mind. And by that, I mean I'm probably going to forget, let's be real. What is this, anyway? Is this one of Lord Dragan's explosives? They're all along the tunnel walls, so we must be careful. Okay, yeah, this map looks like it's going to be very intricate. Like, there's going to be a lot to consider. We've got these bombs. We've got the mine carts to consider. If anyone's along the cart, or if anyone's along the track, and the cart goes either way, I'm guessing they just get run over and take some amount of damage. I don't know if it's going to be like a huge hit, small hit. I don't know. So we're definitely going to have to make sure to keep that in mind. I don't know how we activate the explosives. I'm sure Frederica could do it with some fire magic, because that would make perfect sense. If that's not the case, I'm actually going to be upset. But yeah, no, there's a lot going on here. Let's see what's up with Huette. There were more people here when I came scouting. My guess is they are hiding within the tunnels now. They may be planning an ambush. We should see if there's anything we can use to our advantage around here. Well, there are the minecarts, as we've established, with some superior fiber. That will be great for Frederica. But we also have the bombs. We got the minecarts and the bombs. Ooh, money. I will definitely take that. I will never say no to money. Oh, there's another sparkly thing. More money! That's what I'm talking about. I was just talking about how we were a little low on funds. So an extra $7,000, that's not bad at all. That like probably gives us back the money we just spent on some upgrades for Frederica. So I will take it. I will absolutely take it. Are there any more sparkling things anywhere? I don't see any at the moment. I'm sure there might be a few that I'm not seeing. Wait, hold on. I just saw... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I saw Examine, and I'm used to that being a sparkly thing. Oh, but there is a sparkly thing over here. An obsidian anklet. Let's see what that does. Hopefully it's good. Obsidian anklet. Increases strength and magic attack, but prevents natural TP recovery at the start of your turn. Okay, so the only way we could get one is if we use, like, an item or, like, someone's ability. to get it back? Are there items that recover that? I don't know if there are. If there are, I don't think we have one. So I would want to give this to someone that doesn't need constant TP regeneration. Someone whose abilities I don't really use that often. And I'm not sure who that would be, if I'm quite honest. Because I kind of like everyone's abilities. Is there anyone who I mainly just attack with and don't really worry about abilities? Because I'm not sure that there is someone like that. I definitely wouldn't use it on a magic user ever, though, because they always rely on TP. So giving that to one of them would be kind of stupid. Anna, we like to use poison, so no. Serenoa, we like his Hawk Dive and some of his other moves, too. Roland, he's got a lot of good abilities as well. Eridor, we don't really use him offensively, so I wouldn't really need to give it to him anyway. He'd be the one I'd be most likely to want to give it to if he had better strength. We could give it to Archibald, but his arrow spray ability is pretty cool. Yeah, no, I don't really like it. The downside is too great. If there were items we could buy that just regenerated TP, I would totally go for it. I'm not sure that there are. I guess we can double check before we start the next map. We can go back to our encampment and see if there is an item like that I've just never bought because of reasons that I'm not quite sure of myself. But for now, I guess we'll just not give that to anyone. I suppose the number of minecarts indicates how much work the Duchy has done in these tunnels. To think they've come so far in so short a time, it makes me wonder what their hurry is. Yeah, I still am not fully sure what's going on in Aesfrost. Ooh, a sparkly thing. 2 cure-all pellets. We don't really use those very often, but I guess it's nice to have. Worst case, I mean, we could sell some of the stuff we never really use. Thought I saw a sparkle. I did. Quality timber. Nice. Okay, are there any more secret sparkles anywhere? Or should we conclude our exploration? That's just a minecart. Some more explosives. I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to be, we're really supposed to be doing anything. I love how my convictions were strengthened by choosing to ride in that minecart. I guess it makes me a more adventurous person. Is that what my conviction is? No one's along this, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if, taking these minecarts really does anything. I don't even know where we start in the battle. If I did, I would totally move the minecarts into a position that I thought was good for us, but I don't even know where we're gonna start. So I can't really very well use that to our advantage if we don't know. My guess, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because we can call it from either side. It's just that we can't ride in it if we're on the side the cart is not on, but we can call it to us. That might be better, honestly, though. We just left these dudes' corpses over here. Dude, that's gonna start smelling in a little while. We should probably get rid of those. Oh well. I guess that's all we need to do then. Unless I'm missing something, I think that's all we really need to explore. There are explosives everywhere. I have a bad feeling about this. Especially if they use them against us. I also would not be feeling too good about that.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Do they not have bombs normally in their country or whatever? Because those definitely look like bombs. I don't know what that would be if not a bomb.
Yes, a means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock. They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Thank you.
Oh, so he took all the explosives.
It's strange that there are explosives in a mine, only that they have been left here.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
That is a good point.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
Is that what they were planning on?
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Intruders! Get them!
Yeah, like we're the intruders. This is our country.
The Aesfrosti army!
Alright, well, looks like the battle is about to get underway. Like I said, I still don't think we're going to be doing that in this episode. Just because, like, it's... I don't know, we won't have enough time to really get through much of it. And also, I don't want to make a habit of making hour-long episodes. My goal was, like, 30 to 45 minutes. Several times we've compromised on that because it's taken longer to finish a battle or something, but generally I do like to keep these videos a bit shorter. But I suppose we can at least take a peek. We can see, you know, what story stuff happens leading up to the battle. And we could take a peek at the map and maybe, like, choose which units to bring and maybe come up with a strategy. But we're not actually going to get started with the battle until the next episode, I think. So, yeah, main story. Bombs are placed all along the tunnel walls and enemy soldiers appear before Serenoa and the others. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's see how this is going to play out. Okay.
The Aesfrosti mean to seal off the mine.
So we start in this corner. I guess that makes sense. That's probably where I would have, like, that would have been my first guess for where we started, but I still wasn't sure.
Do not let them through the tunnel. Kill them.
But this is House Wolfort we're up against, Commander.
You think I don't know that? The battle won't be easily won.
Or won at all. For you. Oh, they still have more bombs.
The metal to use our explosives. Victory may cost us our lives, but we can take those Wolfort curs with us. For Aesfrost, for an end to Hyzante and tyranny. We must blockade the mines. Soldiers, make ready. Aye!
No, they don't mean to. They would blow the tunnel at the cost of their own lives?
That is crazy. That's true loyalty right there, though, honestly. The plus and minus buttons. You can use the following shortcut buttons to accelerate the pace of battle. Plus, move to the currently selected space and end your turn. Okay. Minus button, use quietus. That's right, that's a thing that exists. You know, I feel like we haven't used that in forever. Or maybe even at all, since learning about it. We should probably keep that in mind. I like vaguely remember the quietus thing. Is it? I think we have like one ability or something like that. One quietus ability. Isn't it like something to heal someone? I don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we did the quietus stuff, and like I said, I don't remember like anything at all about it. So we're going to have to figure out how that works in the next episode. So there is an explosive over here. Has anyone else placed an explosive? Right now, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, it doesn't really look like it right now. How many units are there? Really aren't that many, and they are kind of, well, I mean, there's a decent amount, but it's not horrible by any means. But my guess is they're probably going to be reinforcements, especially since we knew that most of the enemy was like deeper in the mines. So my guess is like some of those people that are deeper in the mines are going to end up coming after us. And I also don't know exactly what role the explosives detonates in 70 turns. Holy crap. Oh wait. Right, that actually makes sense. 70 turns, like individual unit turns. I was thinking like Fire Emblem. Obviously this is very different. I was like, dang, 70 turns. I don't think there's any way we'd get through 70 turns. So I was thinking of like player phase plus enemy phase being a turn, but no, that's very different. In this game, a turn is just a single unit taking their turn. So, yeah, detonating 70 turns is actually not that unrealistic. But I wonder how this is going to work. Like, if too many explosives detonate, are the caves going to collapse and we just automatically lose? Because if so, that's going to be a very big pain. And also, I wonder, like, how big the radius is going to be when it explodes, and how much damage it's going to deal to units that are by it. Yeah, there's just so much that I don't know what we're going to be dealing with. But I guess that will be something we figure out when we actually get around to this in the next episode. So let's figure out who all we're going to be bringing. Obviously, we're going to be bringing Frederica. And I'd say let's bring Benedict as well. Who do I not want to bring that we have been bringing? Oh, we could also bring Gila again, although I do think... I mean, I have been kind of, like, wanting to use all of, like, the main units as much as possible. We didn't use her last time. So we could leave Cordelia behind. Because, like I said, I still don't think we need 2 healers, although 2 healers would be nice. Just because there are quite a few times when it's like, dang, I wish we had... Like we kind of just have to keep waiting until our one healer has their turn to heal people. So maybe we could actually bring 2 people. Flanagan wasn't as good as I was hoping he was going to be, so we can leave him behind. I do think we will bring Gila. I would like to bring Benedict as well. I don't know who I'm willing to give up. I could get rid of Narv, for sure. Because, I mean, Frederica's magic is super good, so I don't know that we need more magic. I guess let's take a look at what the enemies are looking like. If we really need like magical attackers, then maybe. But so far, it's not looking like anyone has significantly more physical defense than magical defense. It's really not that big, except for even these guys. It's only a 5-point difference. This guy has way more magic defense than physical defense. So it's not like imperative that we bring a magic user. And Narv hasn't really been able to do a whole lot of damage. Honestly, he's been kind of underwhelming. I really liked Narv, like, as a character when we first saw him. I thought he was really cool. But really, he hasn't been doing much for us. Like, any of the times we brought him, he kind of just dies. Like, he really doesn't do much. I wanted him to be good. But he just really hasn't been good. And I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't been really, like, upgrading his weapons or any, like, his weapon or upgrading him, like, at all, really. It's probably on me, quite honestly, but yeah, I think we're going to leave him behind and bring Benedict. And I think, like, pretty much everyone here at the bottom is kind of, like, beyond the point where I could realistically use them. Like, I could bring them, and obviously they will level up super fast as long as I just keep using any action with them, really, because for a while it'll just be giving them full level ups to do anything simple, like use an item or use one of their abilities or something. But they're not going to really be lending any, like, actual useful abilities to me for quite some time, and I would like to have a group of, like, usable units. So I guess the only other question is, like, do we want Archibald? Or we could also maybe bring Izana. Like I said, we don't really need another magic user, but it's not like it would hurt either. But Archibald has really good range. For sure. I don't know, I like Archibald. Mainly because of his range. We have been bringing him, like, pretty much every time since we first got him. I don't know. It's either him or Hyzante, I think. Hyzante has been a little bit more useful than Narv. She does more damage. We don't need to bring Hasabara because we already have 2 healers, and also she's kind of a little behind on levels. So I really think here I'm debating between 4 units for our last slot, and that would be Archibald, who's currently in this last slot, Flanagan, but I don't think we're going to use him, so it's really probably just Hyzante or Archibald. I think everyone else that we're currently set to bring I want to keep. But it's really the question of whether I think Archibald or Hyzante will be more useful. There are not really any flying units. So Archibald's not necessarily that useful for that. I do feel like he's kind of useful against battle mages because he can attack them from far away, and they are very annoying, as we have established. Like, we really just do not like facing off against mages. They are probably like the most annoying unit type for us to face. I do wonder how Frederica matches up. I'm guessing her fire abilities are probably good against these Aesfrosti mages because they use ice magic. And you would just think that fire would be good against ice. The Blessing of Ice increases ice resistance while decreasing fire resistance. So yeah, they're weak to Frederica's abilities. Unfortunately, they do have a lot of magic defense, so that doesn't so they're still not going to be taking an insane amount of damage, but it does help. It does help a little bit. So yeah, do we want Archibald to help with the mages, or do we want Hyzante because there are a decent amount of units that have slightly less magic defense than physical defense? Not you. Who is it? Yeah, okay, so the bow users and the pike guys over here, the pikemen, have less magic defense than physical defense. But like I said, it's just you know what? I think we'll just stick with Archibald for this one. Like I said, I just don't see it being super necessary to have a magic user. I mean, we do have Frederica, of course. I mean, she's always good. We're always going to probably want to bring her. But she kind of covers our bases for having a magical attacker. And like I said, I think Archibald will just be a little bit more useful than Hyzante because of his range and the fact that he's always able to attack. He doesn't need TP to be able to do damage. And I think he'll be useful for attacking the mages because he's got his range. So I think we will just stick with this team. I guess the only other thing to do is to maybe switch how people are positioned. So it might be kind of interesting. How far can this guy reach? Ugh. Might be interesting to send Eridor this way because he's got some huge defense, and if we send him on the cart, he'll be able to ram this guy. So that might be interesting. So let's make sure that Eridor's over there. To the left. We definitely want Serenoa in front. Just because he's got the resurrection earrings, so he can die once for free. Roland, we don't have to keep him alive this time, so we can keep him in front as well. Put Benedict a little closer. Make sure our healers are in the back. Let's maybe put Frederica over here so that she's a little closer to the enemies. Alright, you know what? I think that's good enough. I think that is going to be good. Oh, wow. So, defeat conditions. If we allow even a single explosive to detonate, we lose. And in order to win, we have to decimate the enemy forces. I don't know exactly how decimate is different from rout, but I would guess that just means we have to kill everyone. I'm pretty sure we've gotten a condition before where it was rout the enemy forces. or something like that, but whatever. I'm fine with decimating them. So we're probably just going to have to kill every enemy is what my guess would be. Yeah, we can't allow even a single explosive to detonate. So I wonder if there's going to be a way to defuse some of these bombs. Because otherwise that means we have to do this whole map within 70 turns. Which, like I said, doesn't sound that hard until you realize that just a single turn of having all of our units move is 10 turns. Plus then you have all the enemies as well. And I don't know exactly how many there are, but it looks like there's probably about 10 of them as well. So after they all move once and we all move once, we're already down to only 50 turns remaining, right? So within basically 3.5 turns between us and the enemy, this thing will explode. So my guess is there's got to be some way we can defuse it, especially if like other ones get placed. Like what if they place one over here? Like then we're screwed. Because like how are we, like, I don't know. Well, I guess we'd kind of be screwed either way. But, yeah, no, like, we need to... there's got to be a way for us to defuse these, right? Like, there's no way we're going to be able to kill the enemies that are, like, all the way over here in, like, 3.5 turns. Like, there's just no way. So there's got to be some way to, like, defuse these or something. That's my only guess. But I'm sure we'll figure it out at the start of the next episode when we actually get into this fight. Because, like I said, it's already been long enough, I think, so... If we got started, we really wouldn't do anything. We'd literally do just like one turn. So I think it'll just be better to save it for the next episode. So that is going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Even though we didn't really get too much done, we still got to see some story stuff. Get a little insight into what's going on. We got to promote Frederica, which was pretty cool. And got to take a quick peek at this map. There doesn't appear to be a boss right now. That's another interesting thing that I guess I just now thought about, is there doesn't really seem to be a boss. So I wonder if there's actually going to be like a boss for a reinforcement, or if this will actually be like one of the only maps where we don't even have a boss. That would be pretty interesting. But yeah, we got to scope out this area and get a little bit of insight into what this battle is going to look like. I don't really have any specific strategy because I feel like this one is going to... I'm not really going to be able to develop a strategy until we get into it and learn whether or not we're able to defuse the bombs, basically how we deal with them. And then also seeing whether or not there are reinforcements. But like I said, we'll get to that next time. So yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!